It looks like the bogus case of political prosecutorial abuse of the justice system against former President Donald Trump is on shaky grounds after attorney Robert Costello testified before the grand jury on Monday. Now, stick with me in this video, and we're going to learn some very bad things that the Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg did to the Trump defense team. Well, to the entire system of justice. Things that could get him disbarred. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So attorney Robert Costello, who was Michael Cohen's former legal advisor, went on Tucker Carlson Tuesday night after testifying to the Manhattan grand jury that's investigating President Donald Trump. He told the grand jury that Cohen was lying through his teeth, and he based that on the words that the loudmouth loser Michael Cohen made during public appearances recently. Cohen thought that he was getting the limelight and his 15 minutes of fame, so he ran his big mouth about the things that he was going to say against Trump. But his former legal advisor knew otherwise, and he felt that he had a duty to tell the jury the truth. So we heard Wednesday morning that Alvin Bragg was not going to reconvene the grand jury after all the hype was made that he was going to do it on Wednesday. And I think that's because of Costello and what he said. And Costello made the rounds on the news, too, saying what he said, because he's allowed to do that. All right. So fact of the matter is, I think Alvin Bragg is sitting back trying to figure out how the hell can I proceed? And I don't think he's smart enough to figure it out, to be honest with you. The way that Costello was able to speak about a former client like that was because Cohen signed a client attorney privileged waiver. Cohen even lied about that, publicly saying that he never signed a waiver. But then Costello held the document up, showing the signature on it to Tucker Carlson. Famed constitutional scholar and law professor Alan Dershowitz said that Costello's testimony is a game changer in the case. He said, "I think that Bragg now only has two possible results from that. Number one, he can say, all right, I'm going to try to make the case without Cohen. He cannot use Cohen as a witness anymore. That would be unethical because of the testimony that Costello gave," Dershowitz said. Or he could say, look, I have to drop the case. He may not be able to make it without Cohen. But if he can't make it without Cohen, he can't make it because no ethical prosecutor is allowed to put on as a witness somebody who has told lies and has contradicted himself so much. But that's not even the worst part of what we discovered. The Soros-funded district attorney out of Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, got caught intentionally withholding, or he hid, 594 pages of exculpatory evidence to the New York grand jury. Okay, so that was according to Greg Jarrett, Fox News' legal expert. Okay, folks, if a prosecutor gets caught hiding one page of exculpatory evidence, even if that one page is among 17,000 pages of documents handed over, he could be disbarred. The prosecutor has a duty, which means it's non-negotiable. He has a duty to hand that exculpatory evidence over to the defense team. And here, Bragg hid close to 600 pages of exculpatory evidence. That should get him disbarred without question. And then it gets even better. It always gets better. A brand new shocking document has come forward. Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, had reportedly used his own personal funds he took out a loan to pay Stormy Daniels the whopping $130,000, according to a 2018 letter sent by Cohen's lawyer to the Federal Election Commission. The 2018 letter revealed that neither the former president, Donald Trump, nor his business organizations were involved in the suspicious transaction. It also stated that Trump's lawyer was not reimbursed for the payment, neither directly nor indirectly. Okay, real fast. The letter said, "I am writing on behalf of my client, Michael D. Cohen, in response to your letter dated January 30, 2018. Specifically, this letter responds to the complaint numbered MUR 7313, which was filed with the Federal Election Commission by Paul S. Ryan. In a private transaction in 2016 before the U.S. presidential election, Mr. Cohen used his own personal funds to facilitate a payment to $130,000 to Miss Stephanie Clifford. Neither the Trump organization nor the Trump campaign was a party to the transaction with Miss Clifford, and neither reimbursed Mr. Cohen for the payment directly or indirectly." Folks, Bragg had that letter. And it goes on. Contrary to the allegations in the complaint, which are entirely speculative, neither Mr. Cohen nor Essential Consultants LLC made any in-kind contributions to Donald J. Trump for President Incorporated or any other presidential campaign committee. Mr. Cohen has not been a government employee during any of the relevant time. The payment in question does not constitute a campaign contribution or expenditure, and therefore the FEC lacks jurisdiction over this matter. The complainants have not and cannot present any evidence to the contrary. Accordingly, the complaint should be dismissed. Boom. Right there. Alvin Bragg's career should be over. I think we should create a new phrase for the legal profession with progressives. Go wokey, go to the pokey. Jarrett said, I mentioned it yesterday, I think, when Bob Costello got into the grand jury room and told them, quote, wait a minute, you don't have the hundreds of pages I handed over to Alvin Bragg over here? You only have 6 cherry-picked documents? You know, hiding from grand jury's exculpatory information is reprehensible and unconscionable. It really is, folks. And the conduct of Alvin Bragg and his henchman, Mark Pomerantz, who specifically says in his book, we're targeting zombies because we don't like his beliefs, those guys should face disbarment proceedings. Dershowitz said that Costello's testimony has slowed, if not halted, Bragg's progress toward any potential indictment. He said, I think that Bob Costello, it's a game changer. I think maybe that's a reason for the delay here. I think ethical experts are now telling Bragg, wait a minute, you cannot use Cohen. But if you can't make it without Cohen, you cannot bring this charge. And with that, folks, it looks like it's over. And if it's not over and Alvin Bragg continues to push forward and prosecutes Trump after all this evidence comes out, we are now a communist country. We no longer live by the rule of law under our Constitution. Okay, so that's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for spending time with us. Visit rpwmedia.com and read all of our stories. Share them with like-minded people. Give us a like on the video. Share the video. We'll see you in the next one.
Every day I'm looking for a way to return to the time when everything was easy to learn. Don't know when it started to get so serious.